have Q Squad on the Hellborn side, of course, and Justice League on the Legion team Legion side this time.
If they're highlighting it and not picking it, it's just not doing anything for me. It's just like a tease. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just, honestly, it has the inverse effect at this point. So, anything I gave shout-out wise to Justice League at this point, I'll be a little bit bitter about until I see them man up and actually draft it. So, moving forward here, though, Legion side banning out Ophelia and Parasite. So, a little bit of that aggressive jungle presence being taken out. Meanwhile, Keeper of the Forest Tempest not going to see any playtime this game either. So, that's what I like to see as part of the blind ban phase.
Yeah.
I absolutely I'm a little bit tired of seeing those heroes in the game. Sometimes I like seeing when it is mixed up, and a game like this, it gives us that opportunity since they aren't on the board. Master of Arms was very quickly locked up by Imba Boy, knowing that they have that first pick. The rally has to be addressed here, specifically by the Hellborn team during the drafting phase. I'm curious to see if they're going to take out Flux on the Legion side, just to deny them the potential Flux NG counter response. Because if I were them, I'd be looking to preserve the rally pick, They could save the Flux ban for maybe their last ban, though. Ban out the really important ones that they know they don't want to fight against first.
Yeah. Yeah, you do see that Predator ban coming out, so obviously definitely a respect/response ban there.
Nova banning out Flux from getting the first pick Flux NG. I mean, meanwhile, what I'm eyeballing more is that the Master of Arms rally, so we'll have to see. Nova, if I'm not mistaken, rally will be the next ban coming out on his side. I mean, that seems a little foolish to pass it over to them. I know there's Deadwood, I know there's Pebbles and other powerful heroes in this pool, but it...
There's the Fate and the Deadwood to finish off. So. What's up?
I just don't know. I don't feel like that was worth it. Are they actually...
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, they're not mentally handicapped, so they are taking rally. That's a good thing. I'm not trying,
nice way to put it.
Yeah, and there's no offense implied, but it seemed weird because Flux NG is denied. Yeah, it's a very powerful laner, but there's many of laning options still available. This places more emphasis on a pick like Pebbles, given that Fate and Deadwood are taken out of the game. I still think Rally is a lot stronger. That being said, there's heroes like Tundra, which I'm not sure if I've seen too much play coming out for QsQ. However, the fact that they're going to have Engineer, there's a Kraken still on the board. We've seen Kraken played a lot by them lately. That is still an option.
Yeah. Yeah, the Kraken's definitely another one of those heroes on top of the Pandemonium that we've seen a lot here for Q Squad specifically.
Well, Pandemonium got banned out right away.
Banned, so not going to see him, though.
Each side, the Legion side banning it out from the enemy team. We saw Nova ban it out, I think, in the previous game, and this time we saw Justice League banning it out. So, being sort of those sister clans or brother clans, they maybe share a little bit similarities here across the board. Wretched Hag Magnus being picked up, so far I'm seeing, once again the rally was given, but not at much of a trade-off so far. They would have been able to get the Wretched Hag and Magnus no matter what. Pebbles is still on the board if they wanted to use him as more of that, priority farm, and they can, fit Rally elsewhere. Rally can go into a 1v2 situation, no problem, in that mid lane.
Yeah.
And they can always send it aggressively. They don't have to pick a Pebbles or something. They can always go for more of an aggressive lane setup. The heroes are there for it. They go for something like more of an aggressive try in the first place. Force the Hag out into another home and go from there. So, gonna have to see how they approach the rest of these two picks. Lodestone, is he actually still on the board?
Yeah, he's still on the board. He was not banned or locked or anything.
That would be a phenomenal suicide for their team, picking it up with a rally and some other strong team fight lockdown. Yeah,
the support option's taken care of, to say the least, in that lock pool. So, don't need to worry about that here, obviously. So. Carry, obviously, as far as carry potential, I mean, you do got Master of Arms and Torture even in there, but carry could be something that you are looking for here, perhaps, as well. But they're definitely going to think about it. I mean, down to 25 seconds.
Well, they're going Master of Arms. Master of Arms is a premier spot for that. Because there's so many other supports in the pool. Master of Arms is a premier spot for playing that more of a carry role, which actually, shies away a bit from a hero pick like Pebbles. Instead, you are looking more like, grabbing your suicide, grabbing your assistance elsewhere for your secondary support. So, and they have options. Though. I mean, they are flexible here. There's a suicide. Okay, they're going with the solo like that. So yeah, they're going to grab something like that Master of Arms, something like what's going to be left over here. It depends on how Nova chooses to go, but they got the choice between something like an Aluna or Torture or something, assuming that Nova is going to be taking the Engineer, pairing it up with a powerful Engineer Mag combination.
Going with the chipper here for Justice League.
A lot of bursts coming out, man. Between the Shattered Storm, you got the Rally Ultimate, you got the chipper coming out. Good mix of physical and magical bursts there. Lodestone amplifying the effects of both, and well, rounding it out with that Master of Arms, and
very good synergy there.
Yeah, pretty strong team.
Ooh. Man, it seems like it's been forever since we've seen Forsaken Archer, honestly.
Not from. I mean, I've been watching QsQ's games a bit lately, and they have been picking up the FA quite a bit since the change, and makes sense going with that mag. So they usually have had a Kraken with it as well. I would say if they can get Master of Arms here, I would do that if I was Justice League. I wouldn't even really think about it. Maybe they want to deny them the Engineer or something. I would grab Master of Arms still. Think it's a really powerful combination, but you know, actually, given the fact that they'd be using it more of in a supportive role in this case, though, because they already have their Lodestone, chipper, and Rally decided. So, Engineer could be considered a viable pickup. But yeah, still going to go for that Rally plus Master. Engineer in response here would be to be expected.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to see Rally as more maybe like a tri-lane support.
Yeah, you can use him as that secondary support in tri-lane. He can also be the head of a tri-lane. Not that it would be a fixed tri-lane, though. You know, there's a lot of times where those heroes, they go around, move around, and gank. And the game in general doesn't seem to revolve around static laning right now across the board. So
it's more, who do you want the focus, Master of Arms or Rally? Who would you rather have the farm as what it comes down to? So.
Or have the levels, and the early levels on Rally have an obvious immediate impact. So.
There's Engineer Luna coming out. So again, they had their
Saint Rocks. You're not capable of picking that hero, man. You just got. You look at Hellborn's team, and that is a very, very powerful, well-rounded team. You got a lot of magical damage coming out between the Rutshag, the FA ulti, the NG, the Mag, the Luna. They can scale quite well with the FA and the Hag, carrying into the late game. Strong mid-game presence, strong laning. No glaring weakness. They did take the Luna, which. Yeah, I was saying before, I thought if they could get a Luna on the Legion side, that would be the preferred, having the Master of Arms and the Luna to sort of buff up Rally's solo kill potential for when he goes for that Seismic Slam. If you have the Master of Arms buffing him up for the faster execution, the red power throw, it makes it a lot easier to kill targets that would seemingly be impossible to pierce. So they do pick up the Luna on the other side, and taking a look at the lanes here for each side. Going to see how things play out. We are going to probably see that more. Well, last time Zane, he did. Where did Zane go last game? He was playing the.
I'm blanking on what Zane was playing last game. Maybe no, don't want to click that. I want to click this. He was. That is definitely not them. I don't know.
They chose to run the aggressive try. He was. Let's see. They chose to run the aggressive try. They had.
It was Predator.
Predator was being played by Imba Boy.
Pretty sure he was Lodestone last game.
No, Lodestone
was he?
On the others. I'm gonna say he was playing Lodestone.
He was
playing Lodestone. He was playing Lodestone middle. Yeah. So he is getting Lodestone again.
I gotta give credit to Panman on that one.
No. I was confused for a sec, thinking that QsQ may have had it because I was thinking about the early game. But no, he was Lodestone middle initially against that Flux Engineer lane because they're running the Flux Engineer combination there. So he is playing the same hero again. We talked about it before. He is normally their suicide player, but they chose to run an aggressive lane. In which case, that lane's being takeover. So he played mid. We'll have to see. This game, he's pulled the ward right away. So with their hero composition, leads us to believe that this game he actually is going to be playing more of that true suicide. But we'll have to see.
Imba Boy, known as their carry player, he's actually playing the chipper this time around. That's actually going to be fun, seeing Imba Boy playing the chipper here and how he progresses. Obviously, definitely going to be in that farming role, at least ideally for him. Yeah,
no, he will be for sure. Zergo going to be once again on more of that ganky presence, and with that supporting cast for both of them, chipper, any ganks given to him between that Glacius or that Master should open him up quite well. I mean, these have a very powerful, aggressive early team as well, relying more on that person, more on those pickoffs. The team fight on both sides, pretty powerful, but in a straight 5-on-5 on counter, I think, looking at the Hellborn's team, I like what they have going for them a bit more, but in terms of like staggered fights, people catching up, and early momentum, I can see the Legion team making that happen.
Yeah, once again, Q Squad's lineup, very similar to the first game, reminds me just a very sound lineup. I mean, the lanes definitely look very strong. They got a great carry. They got the team fight synergy. They got excellent support, but obviously we saw the end result last game, so definitely there's a lot more to the story, but. I mean, it is a beautiful team makeup, really, especially when it comes to team fights. That's definitely what stands out to me the most about it. You got your Magnus to initiate, Forsaken Archer, and Wretched Ag to follow up. I mean, it's just great
I'm curious. It looks like they have obviously, in my opinion, a more powerful tri-lane setup than the Legion side. I'm curious if they are going to choose to go with it this game. They have to decide where that's going to be, however, whether it is going to be, in the aggressive lane or the easy lane. I think their aggressive try could do quite well. It looks like this game that Justice League is probably going more with that Rally Glacius Master presence toward the bottom, so we'll just have to see where they position up.
Let's get it on.
All right, we're zooming back into this game. By the way, again, we did actually check to see the results from other matches while we were in between these games, and apparently two of the other series as well, also having very quick game ones. I know Yaz up 1-0 against, I believe, No Strings Attached is who they're playing, or maybe not, but they're up 1-0, and then
No Strings Attached is playing against.
Was it?
It was AFK
that's
Milky
right.
Cows, aka the team of. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's the VDT team. It's Pinky Curdy, V, and Sensation, P-Week.
So they're up 1-0, and then again, you also have. Also up 1-0. The Absolute Legends Locomotive series, it actually did get delayed until I think it just recently started. So they are still in game number 1. Over there. Holy crap, we have a big clash about to take off right here. Magnus going to set on the rally right now. In comes the Forsaken Archer. Look at the damage. Despite the compel, he goes down. Magnus does fall as well, but a bloodless kill was in favor of Nova, in favor of Q Squad in the beginning. The fight is still not over, though. Still more action. Crippling Volley going to connect with 2 heroes. The Kegstun only going to hit Chip right there. Glacius trying to live. Will barely live. This is just chaos. Chaos right here, man. That's what I was going for. As we do see Master of Arms. Chaostic. Kind of mixing words there, but holy crap,
It looked like Power Throw actually missed there, too, onto the Glacius. He was under a lot of pressure. He just wanted to get out there really quick. I'd have to go back and see, but I'm pretty sure Power Throw missed Glacius, and maybe a big part of why Tilla was able to escape alive there. Either way, nice back and forth. Nova getting the Bloodless kill shortly before Imbaboy, so denying them a little bit of bonus gold, but Imbaboy is playing more in that solo momentum role, and having a kill on his plate for sure going to help him out. And, well, exciting early game, man.
Yeah.
Something about FA, I was actually surprised, not surprised, but interested to see if during the rally days we saw maybe a little bit more of an FA. Because of that immobilize, it does prevent him from pushing whoever he's locked down to, and they do have a lot of bursts and lockdown here, so.
Oh, speaking of Rally, goes right away onto Luna. It is a try versus try land. There is that immobilization. It doesn't matter, though. Rally gets credit for the kill right there. Actually, Tilla got credit for the kill, and Glacius onto a Luna. You see Engineer running away, but right off the bat, they get into the lane, and Justice League strikes first with that kill down here.
I mean, look at where he died, though. Look at the creep positioning. He was really, 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 really far up. I said in a try versus try situation, especially after the blood skill by Nova, I actually thought they would do very well here on the Hellborn team, but something that worries me a bit, it is only a 1-second stun. They do have a rally, and Volley and Engineer Keg both have a bit of a travel time. So if they're not quick enough to get that lockdown, Rally can actually use that compel and interrupt their combo.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's very true.
Well, on anyone, actually. I mean, Rally, now that you look at it and take a look a little bit further, Rally just screws up the entire plan of the FA and the Engineer. So they have to be really careful about the placement of their spells, even potentially initiating on the Rally, which isn't what they want to do because, I mean, he can compel away. He does have the shield. He does have the defensive capability, so.
Oh, as you say that, they go, but
they can't do it.
It's not enough damage. Now Forsaken Archer in a little bit of trouble. He gets responded on, but he's going to live in the end. But yeah, the damage output just not enough for this rally, at least at this point. So
maybe questioning a little bit more now, taking a look more into the game and how the lanes got set up, maybe questioning, since they were going for more of that try setup, on why they chose to go for maybe a Luna instead of a Glacius, who could do very favorably in this role as well. That 1-second lockdown is not enough. Looks like he's being caught out here.
Thunder Blast, there's the charge shot. The Kegstun does push him forward, though. That could be the difference maker for Papa Mali. It looks like it is for now. However, now Master of Arms on the run. He's going back in, though. Fork landing hits Engineer, but at what cost right there? Master of Arms will eventually fall. You do see a Luna kind of toying with him now. Glacius, the turret, going to start slowing him down. The final auto attacks will go through, and Nova actually getting credit for that kill right there. So Glacius gets picked off, and it ends up being a 2-for-0 in favor of Q Squad right there.
Yeah, I mean, Justice League went really, really far in for that kill. Meanwhile, I believe it was the Glacius and the FA were both really aggressive on those auto attacks, punishing them after they weren't able to secure the kill. Master of Arms went back in, trying to finish off Engie, just wasn't enough. And meanwhile, now the tri-lane is back in QsQ's favor. Taking a look elsewhere, Wretched Hag here versus Lodestone. Rutschag was part of assist initially. Lodestone was actually the hero that was bloodlust, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. No. Was it Zergo?
Yeah, but he's not going to die solo versus... what?
Rally was the one that was bloodlusted.
No, Zergo was... Oh, yeah, Zergo was. Yeah, okay.
Okay, wow, I thought...
No, what Lodestone has the assist on him, what am I saying? Yeah, Rally was the one that was bloodlusted, so... That's right, Zergo took that fall. Look at the assist there for a second.
Yeah, so, but you do see back at this bottom lane, though, again, you got your good old try versus try lane matchup, and it's already promoted a lot of action here between these two teams, of course. Coming down to it, Chipper looks like he's actually taking a little bit from Magnus right there. Magnus with a regen rune on him. Oh, nice job with the steam bath right there to keep the regen rune up, actually, as he disjointed the auto attack and ends up with full mana and full life. How is that middle matchup going, by the way, with that said? As you obviously get so much action in the bottom lane, worried about that. But you got Chipper 17-5, Magnus 20-3. So Style managing to do very well here against this Chipper.
He's always been a standout player. I know recently I've heard that he hasn't been playing much on. I've heard he's sort of found, you know, with the expansion of StarCraft come out, I heard he's been spending a little bit more time playing other games. And he's a gamer. He's a hardcore gamer. Got a little bit of another addiction. He's still playing Han, of course, but dedicating a little bit less time, but still obviously showcasing he has incredible amounts of skill. You know, Chipper's okay, and he can apply a lot of hurt to these melee heroes, but he's doing a nice job of staying behind the creep wave, just CSing effectively using a mix of his Lava Surge. You know, and he has that hatchet advantage, so he's just doing a good job positioning himself to the rocket spam, isn't harassing him. And meanwhile, the gank's coming out here in the middle lane, Breaky.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm actually taking care of something real quick. We did see the gank attempt, though, on a Chipper in the meantime, but it is unsuccessful, barely surviving. Magnus is going to have to stun away in the meantime. Master of Arms was there to support, obviously, but not able to set up any turnaround kills. But yeah, Chipper barely living right there. I mean, you see right now he's only at 22 life and counting. So clearly he got very, very low right there in the end.
I feel like the engineer at that point, man. I felt like once again the turret can't. He got the keg off. I feel like there's always a little bit of delay. He's not having the confidence, and when he kegs, some engineers you see they instantly actually, as the keg is like almost in the air, they place the turret down, knowing where it's going to knock him. I feel like he's been if he's been a little bit faster on these, he would be securing those kills. As you saw the Chipper escape with maybe about 10 health at that point. Meanwhile, Wretched Hag still doing a great job of boxing out Lodestone in the top lane. Level 6 now on that Lodestone, but full resources still up on Hag. Low health on Lodestone. No health potion yet, and nothing being ferried out to him. He has a couple treaters, but Hag controlling the lane. And the tri lane, ever since you know, the couple kills happened, I mean, it's been in their favor. They've just been doing fantastically, really, and taking a look at Forsaken Archer's farm. A little bit behind the rally, but just overall, they have the lane positioning at this point, so yeah, it's going fine.
Yeah, I mean, right now, here we are 6 minutes into this game. It's so far a 3-2 hero kill start, obviously in favor of QsQ currently. In fact, you do see the bottom rune actually going to be protected. Chipper, again, though, taking some stun. Style just keeps on playing the aggressor, man. I mean, not afraid to use that stun on a Chipper and keep him guessing. And keep the action up even, so.
Yeah, he's able to use that stun to secure CS, get a little bit of harass on Chipper, and the stun duration is allowing him to get back into a fine position. But meanwhile, Breaky.
Oh, geez, big fight down here. Rally's going to get countered on, however. Down falls, that was Master of Farms as well, so they thought they had a jump. Little did they know Magnus, speaking of him, he was also coming over, and he helped set up a complete turnaround there. Meanwhile, top lane, Wretched Hag going to be bursted down. You see the chainsaws coming out of the top lane showdown, as well as Lodestone using that Shatter Storm. And eventually set up the kill on a Wretched Hag, catching that kind of halfway through, but Joseph Van not able to get away in time right there.
I mean, the story is that both of the mid lanes got active, made something happen in the opposite side. Yeah. A little bit more of an impact, though, from Styles' room, considering he had multiple hero kills out of it. They just weren't expecting it. But yeah, as I said before, he's using that Lava Surge in this middle lane to you know, constantly harass his opponent, get that free CS, and back out with without any fear of retort. So going pretty damn well for him. Glacius, without boots, is... Magnus was nearby, but he does have support, so looks like he's trying to be sneaky here, actually, Style. Going to get scouted out by that tower. Can't actually make this happen. I don't know why he's going in there.
Yeah, that was a pretty damn silly move, and it might cost him his life in the end. Style will eventually fall, so as far as good as the game he's had so far, that was definitely kind of just, again, one of those kind of head-scratcher moments. Like, well, okay.
There's nothing that could have accomplished. I mean, Raleigh wasn't low enough to kill with that Lava Surge. I mean, it looked cool. Maybe going for a little bit of style points there, but it just, no.
It is his name.
Risk versus reward. What were you getting out of it? Literally nothing. Maybe making the Raleigh want to go back after 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Otherwise, putting himself in a highly compromised position, and well, he was the highest experience per minute here on this Hellborn team, and you just, with the responsibilities in your hands, you don't want to be making plays like that, taking those risks in the first place.
Yeah. So we do see Forsaken Archer right here, pushing the bottom lane. He does have support nearby, actually, in a Luna, as there is support coming in from Rally, it looks like, but in the end, Forsaken Archer not going to do too much here. I mean, thinking about maybe diving, but...
Look at Rally, too. He was level 4 when the Magnus went into stun. Now he's level 6. So the experience and getting for the experience of the kill and one additional wave propelling him up here, and now he's a much bigger threat on this map as you can coordinate with him a lot easier.
Yeah, so Rally, again, he is able to continue farming down to you see the bottom lane. You see the Revelation that was put down.
The Revelation and the Ward of Sight that saw them scouting in the first place. Forsaken Archer, in spite of that.
Rocket Throw coming out. There's the Shatter Storm. It's going to be enough, though. Nova's beating Tobon right here. He's going to turn around, though. Lodestone not wanting to risk it and give them a kill, so he ends up falling back. And there are going to be no kills as a result of all of that. So yeah, that was being set up, but as we saw, the Revelation just recently placed by Nova gives them enough heads-up time to be able to react right there to that gank attempt. So keeping the lead up here for their team. Yeah,
I was a little bit worried for Nox. I mean, they had the Ward of Sight sort of scouting out the gank. Meanwhile, Magnus there picked off by the Lodestone and Chipper combination. So
that's burst.
Yeah, Chipper in the laning phase not having the best of times against Magnus, who controlled it very effectively, but when it comes to pickoffs, any single lockdown is allowing him to get all of that burst off with those rockets. And right here, it looks like Engineer is actually caught out too.
Yeah, I did see actually in the middle of the bottom lane actually, but Engineer barely getting away right here at the final auto attack. Not going to be enough. Using those bottle charges, another rocket perhaps. Will he guess correctly is the question. No! He ran! He nearly gave him the kill, and it still didn't work. The Han Gods did not want him to get the kill. Imboboy will end up getting countered on right there by Wretched Hack. Oh, that's got to be so frustrating.
He's got to be frustrated, because honestly, he's been pretty decent about his rockets this game, and he rocketed at a point there where the Engineer was initially trying to juke where he couldn't go at the time into the woods there, so had he fire destroyed away, he was close enough that guaranteed would have hit. Just one of those frustrating moments where you're trying to make sure they don't juke it, you're maybe trying to lead it a little bit, and it just doesn't connect. So, having the Engineer escape with that much life, and then seeing your rocket just barely miss, and having the Wretched Hat come in and capitalize on it all is just, oh, no. That is frustrating for sure. But yeah, we do again QsQ continuing a pretty solid lead here early on in this game. Port's coming in the middle, and there's an illusion left there. And I'm sure they'll realize that as soon as possible. So the tower is, oh my god, it's going to barely be in deny range. Now the illusion actually putting it into deny range. You got to question that a little bit, because if it wasn't for the illusion, this tower would not be in deny range right now, unless they maybe snipe it out here. It's not going to happen though, so I don't know what they're going to snipe it out with.
Gave them a free deny, basically.
Yeah. So, I mean, Justice League being down in the game already, I'm sure they're more than open to it. But using this window, there's no tower up, and now they want to play the aggressive breaky.
Yeah, they do, but at what cost? Right, look at that shooter on Magnus, going to end up falling. Here comes also, oh, that's going to be a big Shadow Storm coming up. Right on top of the head smash comes out, and you see a Luna go from 100 to nothing from Lodestone alone right there. That is his first damage potential. The Thunder Scream gets one kill, but the Seismic Slam to finish off Wretched Out right there. And Zergo on the rally gets credit for that kill. So that ends up being a big dive by Q Squad that did not work out for the better of them.
Yeah, I mean, did they have all? I believe they had all 5 there. Well, no, Saintrox, he actually showed up late to the party, but everyone else was on board, so it was a straight 4v4 collision. Forsaken Archer has had a pretty good time. He's not there for that fight. Going for that Whispering Helm route. Definitely wants to steroid his farm in the late game here. So something like more like an Energizer and choosing to get active a bit earlier on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he can be active early on with the Whispering Helm anyways. FA's skill set in general with the piercing arrows, with the crippling volley, and given the fact that he's against a rally, does allow him to do so. But
the Energizer right now is definitely a solid pickup for being more active.
Oh, he can still go for it. It's going to definitely, when it comes to farming neutrals, FA is extremely powerful that once you do have that Whispering Helm pickup combined with the Call of the Damned, those skeletons coming out. So
yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
Race to the double damage rune. Zergo gets stunned, but Aluna's realizing that the stun not going to last nearly long enough, so he quickly turns around and Rally doesn't have to pick it up. Bottom lane, look at Wretched Hag! And now look at Wretched Hag dead. That was basically 1 second right there. Chipper doing most of the damage, but Master of Arms assisting, obviously with the charge shot on top of the Forked Lightning. So But Hag, once again, Jonathan Van kind of getting caught out there. He has his third death already. He's still managing despite that. 300 gold per minute, though. So.
Yeah, still early on, it looked like the game was heavily in favor of QsQ. They had about a 3K advantage in both categories now. The experience lead getting back in Justice League's favor. Not too bad of a goal. Rally is caught out here, though, and the follow-up stun is...
Oh! The Compel going to push him. I thought that was a keg stun for a second, but then I realized, yeah, the Compel going to be used right there. Magnus being caught on now. The head smash coming out. Magnus, one auto attack from death. Tilla will clean him up with the Tundra Blast right there. So another turnaround kill. Justice League doing a great job of that this game, especially getting counter kills here out of Q Squad. As they're playing the aggressors, but just getting turned on.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, we were initially looking at those heroes. We were talking about Justice League potentially grabbing the Luna to finish things off. Glacius has played a huge role with this lockdown, and it actually makes you wonder why kind of QsQ, the more you see it, they've seen a little bit of extra lockdown when they're going for these ganks. Magnus got the stun in. Luna stun, the 1 second was not enough to allow the Engineer Keg to land at that point. So Engineer Keg missed due to the Compel coming out, and they're just constantly just missing these kills by a hair. Something that would not be happening if they had additional support.
Yeah. Oh, Magnus at the bottom lane. He is actually trying to get, or that's Master of Arms, excuse me, trying to get away from Wretched Hag right here. Not going to happen, though. You see the rockets coming out, but Imbo Boy just not able to get there in time against Wretched Hag. So Hag getting a good kill herself, and again, she's still, Jonas Fan still maintaining a very solid GPM at that 300 gold per minute mark. But in the end, Forsaken Archers, Nox is up there, 417. He does have that quick blade now, so very likely going to turn that into the Firebrand and eventually the Geometer's Brand, of course. But Chipper, on the other hand, he has another 1100 gold saved up. He's got his early Grave Locket as well as the Ghost Marchers, and definitely wouldn't be surprised to see something like that Portal Key coming out for him here in the near future. So still remains a lead here for Q Squad, but no doubt it has actually closed down quite a bit. And that's definitely the good news for Justice League. As their damage output as well. I mean, Lowstone himself has already proven that he can do plenty of damage on top of that Chipper, and then Rally always a good addition. So, in fact, speaking of Rally, going to go in right here to Magnus. There's the Chainsaws as well as the Rocket Barrage, and we've been seeing that several times. Him and Lowstone setting up for Chipper here. Getting some easy kills.
Yeah, still most of their ultimate stuff. I mean, Chipper's ultimate's not that major. He can still put a ton of damage here, just as rockets alone. So, having 5 up, we'll see how they actually choose the Spurs if they want to keep pressuring for a little bit, knowing that they should have the advantage in a straight team fight here, at least for the next 20 seconds with Magnus down. Yeah. Wretched Hag in danger of being scouted out there by the Master of Arms and Rally. If he got the stun off, Wretched Hag has 1,000 health. Rally, 4 battle experience and the Seismic Slam. I think they could have dropped him if he had vision long enough to land that stun in combination, but playing it safe instead.
How about this? Speaking of Wretched Hag, she is going the puzzle box route. It's not the first time we've seen this. We've seen a couple of Wretched Hags. There was the one previously, blank, and it was for, it was Pro Busk, right? I believe
it was for Team, I believe.
With the puzzle box that one game, and
yeah, they were applying a lot of heavy pressure. She didn't need to go for that later game carry route. And in a case like this, maybe Wretched Hag's like, hey, you know what? Hellflower got a bit nerfed. We have some momentum going. Lodestone does suffer from a little bit of a problem with having a low mana pool. Yeah. His head smash is very, very cheap, though. But either way, Wretched Hag is building up that puzzle box, and they have the late game carry potential in FA, so it just gives her a little bit more room to have liberty with her item build. Yeah. So and you're not necessarily getting the most benefit out of the invisibility being seen now at level 1 and the true side, I guess, at level 1 and 2, as there are not really invisible heroes over here, but of course it's still good for counter warding in that sense, and they all around did receive buffs even beyond that, so definitely a solid item. So definitely interested to see Jonas and Van finishing that here in the near future for Q Squad. But again, you keep looking at that GPM chart, and it just continues to be more and more of Nox just going higher and higher here, as he's now upwards of 450 gold per minute, also being level 12, and going to now work his way to the top lane of farming. Lowstone is nearby. There's no support, though. I don't know if Lowstone has enough damage potential himself to get a kill, but actually, well, he probably could, actually. I mean, you look at the life flow for Forsaken Arch, it's pretty damn weak right now. Well, I mean, he's level 11, level 2 Shatterstorm there, the head smashed, and could definitely drop that FA if he finds the right angle. I mean, there is support that would potentially come in, though. Engineer is not far behind. It takes a while. Right now, the entire team actually rotating and going to catch Lodestone out of positioning. Yeah,
Zane gets the rocket drill down. Can he get it off for that Defensive Master's Call? Yes, he will be able to port in time. The Defensive Master's Call.
Didn't matter.
Doing a lot right there. You don't think it even mattered in the end.
He had 684 health. I mean, that it didn't matter. It was still cool. It was great. I would have casted it. But yeah, Lodestone, man, with that.
Oh, Wretched Hag blinked into farm, I believe, and that ended up costing her a life right there. So Good capitalize from Chipper yet again. It seems like Chipper's just scouting out Jonathan Fan, man.
Yeah, he's constantly on his case, and he's trying to build this puzzle box here, man. A smaller built up item of swords. Just needs that recipe, but cannot get the gold for it. I was going to say, yeah, the lockdown coming into play once again. I mean, that rocket drill, even despite all that disable, he got out right before all of it, and this is the duration that it's out. I mean, they had to. Lodestone's so incredibly tanky at this point. He doesn't even have investments, man.
Yeah.
He's still 680 life after all of that, so. Seems like they just can't kill anything off here.
Yeah.
On Hellborn. Everything they try for is just like escaping right before their eyes. They compel the Lodestone, the rocket drill, you know, getting away, the defensive master's call.
It's got to be frustrating. And you see DCX right here. They're setting up for another gank. Magnus just trying to find any farm time. Obviously doing his part to try to get those that portal key as soon as possible. I mean, you do notice that he did go the Ghost Marchers first. He does have the Mystic Vestments, but going the Ghost Marchers means that he is a little less tanky as he chose not to go the Steam Boots. So, and you are dealing with a very bursty team here on the Legion side once again.
And meanwhile, Nox, the rest of them are suffering a little bit. I mean, they're still holding in there, but Nox is a notch above everyone else in this game here, having over 100 gold per minute more than this Chipper, and having this, in general, that late game range carry presence that you don't really see here on this Legion team. They have a very powerful lineup, but Master of Arms is playing more of that supportive role, so definitely has the advantage that way. Already coming close to building up his Geometer's Bane here if he wants to rush it. Might
By the way, it looks like
a Shrunken Head too.
Yeah, we'll see with the 2,600 gold saved up. Ooh, speaking of Chipper, actually, he's up here kind of leading the way with Glacius and Master of Arms trying to set up something. But Chipper didn't go the portal key route. He actually picks up a close, and I thought I also saw him purchase a Quick Blade as well. So it might be just a straight-up Staff of the Master. Well, it would be a straight-up Staff of the Master if that's what he did. I don't know if it's in a stash though or whatnot, but Staff of the Master, of course, a fantastic item on Chipper, giving his Double Showdown the not only increased cast range, but it actually gives it a slow effect. That's a very, very powerful and decent radius, so going to be going that route. The portal key is picked up. Okay, yeah, he picked it up, sold it, and then he picked it up again. So Magnus does get the portal key here.
But so does Lodestone at this point, so going to help his initiation out as well. Shadow's making a lot easier to set up once you have that PK. No response really being posed yet, and it just looks like they're content to push up these lanes. You see Wretched Hag blinking towards that bottom lane. Wants to try to split push this bottom tower, which, you know, at this rate, top tower is going to be cleaned out before. If they have ports ready, they can definitely respond. Definitely not going to be that free one-for-one exchange they were maybe hoping for.
Yeah. Hag trying, but here, I mean, you do, okay, no, that isn't them responding just yet, but they are going to somewhat still push the top lane. You do have Lodestone continuing to go with them. Obviously, Master of Arms also there. Chipper was going down. Okay, he actually bottled up a double damager, and that's why. So he bottles it up and back towards the top lane. So they are going to get the bottom tower, it looks like. But now, again, the question is, do they do it? How do they defend this top tower if they choose to do so? It doesn't even look like that's going to be the case. It's going to be a very quick and easy tower kill here for Justice League. And again, it's how does this continue? Okay, it looks like we got our answer. Justice League is going to start porting back. Q Squad kind of grouped up here, and they are going to make the push here in the bottom lane. Staff of the Master just finished on Chipper, though, by the way, leading into this fight.
Yeah, Lodestone here. We have Engineer Ultimate is up. He's finally level 6, too. I'm not sure how long he's been that, but he's going to have it for this team fight. So, see what it comes down to here. I mean, if he's quick on it, he can prevent a lot of the follow-up initiation, but that is just a nasty, nasty team coming out right now. Oh,
Magnus catching a low, so Demon the Master Call. Look at the big Saw Blade Showdown, though, coming out from Chipper. There's the rocket drill coming out from Lodestone in the meantime. Energy field is down, but the Legion team DCX rolling through Q Squad for second edge picked off with the head smash, and now Wretched Hag just going to run away, blink away even. Man, that, I mean, good idea,
no. Going out of the Lodestone that far, I mean, that was the peak range of the stun at that point, man. I saw you heard, like, right after he got stunned, I'm like, oh god, guys, don't do it, don't do it. No. They went way, way too far for that kill. They don't have the damage to kill full life Lodestone. They have the rally. They have the defensive Master's Call. I mean, talk about his Lodestone Plate's ability in general, too, which mitigates the damage. The vestments, steam boots, everything in his favor at that point. As far as, not the tankiest target. I guess Rally's a bit stronger there on the Legion team, but either way, that was a lot of committal and putting themselves in a horrible spot for the counter initiate.
I think you could argue that Lodestone is the tankiest, because especially when a Shatter Storm is on.
Oh yeah, no, and the Shatter Storm. Yeah, that's the fact too. Is the stuns came out already, right? The Luna Stone was used to initiate. The Engineer Keg followed up, and then the Crippling Volley. He can actually activate his Shatter Storm during that and mitigating a lot of that damage. So yeah, it is the kind of case where it's like, no, you can't kill him.
He's not a target you're looking to jump on, especially in that situation there. And not on top of that, also Chipper, a beautiful Saw Blade showed after just getting the staff and the master. So, and obviously the slow that it applied was also huge in that fight. So, we do have QsQ coming out with a strat pause here, I'm sure. Gonna talk things over again. They finding themselves yet again in a difficult spot. However, at the same time, it is different than the last game for sure, especially considering they do have a Forsaken Archer who is still beastly farm. 465 gold per minute, now working towards that Shrunken Head after finishing the Geometer's Bane. But Justice League, man, I mean, these guys are playing very well here today, definitely against QsQ, and up 1-0, of course, and looking very impressive here in game number 2, and fun to watch also. So.
Yeah, Nox, without that Shrunken Head, man, they have a team that can just get right up in there between that rally, between that Lodestone, now the Chipper, that a lot of them don't even care. Even after Shrunken Head, they still have a fair amount of physical damage to deal with him. Obviously, it'll help them a lot, though, from this combo. The slow is still going to apply from the Chipper, though. They have a lot of this counter carry potential right now in the mid-game is what I'm trying to get at. So while FA is going to be a very dominating force, if she manages to hit 2-3 item slots at this point of major tier items, it's still taking her a while to get there. And during that time, the hole might be too deep to crawl out of.
Yeah. The fact that Jonas is a fan, too, I mean, he still has... Even now, his GPM not horrendous by any means, 280 gold per minute, but definitely has bounced down quite a bit. I mean, the puzzle box being level 1 here, you know, how much of an impact is that going to have, and especially with the way the game is going?
It got buffed, but it's nothing it's nothing like seeing that Hellflower pick up in terms of changing a team fight. It's a little bit of extra, you know, attrition, I guess, but it's not an item that really has that X factor to it that can like change the initiation around.
Yeah.
Not right now, at least not against this Legion team and the way they're currently standing.
We're coming out of this pause here, you would expect. I mean, you look at cooldowns, everything's up. The Glacial Downpour is down, but obviously you're not really basing anything off that around that necessarily. So I'm sure Justice League going to continue this push. I mean, why not? It's Bat Blast is still down, and you got full life and full mana for the most part. So. They are kind of turned around though, so actually it looks like they may be thinking about running away, but it's you know, there's only so much analyzing you can do in a pause screen.
The creep wave's gone. Rally's probably just backing up behind it. So.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, they're more than fine. Let's check out their vision though. Let's see how things are shaping up in that capacity. Nova has that Word of Rev behind. They don't really have any vision of how QsQ is shaping up here, but Wretched Hag is currently heading to the top lane, so if they see that, they might choose to, you know, push and force the TP out if nothing else.
Yeah. So we'll see coming out of this pause. It looks like QsQ were the ones pause. In fact, there you go. Nova says they are good to go, and now it's on Justice League to respond and say they're good. Okay, it looks like we are good to go here. And again, expect Justice League to perhaps continue to push here. It looks like they are. I also love these new Staff of the Master. I know it's been out for a little bit now, but it's an item we don't get to see too much. The new animations that are applied when you get Staff of the Master. You see Chipper now and flames kind of coming out of him as a result of picking it up.
Spell effects, yeah, like a little bit like he's highly volatile or combusting or something there.
Yeah. So we do see all the puzzle box minions coming in right here from Wretched Hag.
They're ready to thrash, man. Just watch out.
Look at how threatening those are, man. He's
they're
team like
destroying
falling
Chipper,
back.
man. They're destroying Chipper.
That buff did something.
Someone save him.
No, he's fine in the end. Another thing to keep in mind. Oh, big line stun from Magnus. Actually, can they capitalize? The piercing arrows, the crippling volley, Rally trying to get away, knocking it out. The energy field comes down. Lodestone goes in with a Shatter Storm, though. It is going to explode right here, but he's going to be pretty damn vulnerable. There are 2 players dead, though. Magnus and Aluna dead in the background. Bat Blast going out. Pretty good lineman, actually. Master Ron's going to be picked off. And a 4-for-2 exchange right here. QsQ, a hell of a fight coming out for them. Chipper putting the oil down, trying to keep Wretched Hag off of him. But, of course, the blink. Wretched Hag not carrying too much. Nice job with the focus buffer. But I don't think it's going to matter. We're going to see a genocide here for QsQ, it looks like. There we go. Papa Melda gets the final kill. A genocide, and all they lost was the Magnus and the Aluna. Big start for them in that fight.
Huge initiation. They managed to actually stunlock, finally pick a target and stunlock it before he was able to get anything off.
Yeah.
So Rally totally caught out of position there. Huge initiate coming up from Style. More importantly, the Engineer ultimate, when the Lodestone jumped in, he did kind of purge himself. He was slowed down significantly, allowing the spread from the Hellborn team.
Yeah.
And at that point, you know, Lodestone basically just had committed suicide. He killed a Luna with his ultimate, but completely removed his defenses. Quickly got shredded down, and the fight from there on, it was just, you know, everyone from Justice League running for their lives, and they were sort of shooting in the back as they fled.
Yeah, Justice League, you know, they got jumped on, and instead of maybe, you could argue definitely the smart move there would have been to retreat, but they wanted to, you know, take the fight to them, and obviously with the energy field, though, it did cause a lot of issues there, specifically for that Lodestone, as you mentioned. So, well fought by Q Squad, indeed. Good job as well from Jonas Fan coming out from behind, flanking a nice bat blast there, and eventually assisting to clean up the rest of the fight. And now you look at the golden experience. It's definitely broken down to be nearly even in both of those stats, as we are now just past the 25-minute mark here in this game. And if anything, that's maybe good for the Q Squad, better for the Q Squad team, because they have that Forsaken Archer, who is just now a beast, or continuing to be a beast, I should say. As Nox currently, he has enough gold for the Shrunken Head, actually. He's just cleaning up these Ancients right here. Ooh, top lane. Style does get picked off, however. You see, excuse me, Imbo Boy, once again. Oh, I keep wanting to say, I'm a boy. When I see that name, it's just, I get the B.
All right.
I'm a boy. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
Meanwhile, Shrunken Head is now picked up by FA, so that last team fight, a really crippling Justice League here, and how they're going to have to go about this engagement. So now that she has a Shrunken Head, she can really, really stand up there and put in that additional damage whenever they choose to initiate on target. Hopefully it's not going to be the Lodestone again, as said, because I liked what they did there. I liked how they went on something that wasn't Lodestone, like the rally who's up in front, pegged him back, and that allowed them to place the Engineer ultimate down, so it sort of kept their team safe from that big bad Lodestone being played by Zane. So either way, they're choosing not to fight it just yet. Wretched Hack resuming her split push here on the bottom lane, and should go about it pretty healthily. Is that a puzzle box level 2 now? I mean, they did win the last fight. Yeah, I'm going to have it level 3 in just a second.
Level 3 puzzle box, again, receiving some buffs there, so going to be a little more powerful with that, and definitely a solid item for him to be picking up. You do see Justice League as a team kind of moving around right here. They're going to clean up the Q Squad jungle, it looks like, and eventually make their way back. Secondary support, St. Rock's here, playing the Master of Arms. He does have the Energizer on top of the Ghost Marches route, actually, that he too went for, so trying to kind of even build up a little bit himself.
Yeah, no mod battery or anything. He's just straight up going for the stats here at this point. I don't know if I agree with the complete lack of vestments or mana battery or any sort of other build-up. I mean, he does have the 2 totems. I think the extra spam build is nice. They don't have Ring of Sorcery on the team. I'm not actually sure for his reasoning behind that at all. Maybe he'll pick it up here at the side shop.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he's got the vestments at least.
Got those, so. Got something right there. Bound Die also just picked up by Tilla playing the Glacius here, so. Barrier Idol, Helm of the Black Legion on Rally. He's definitely bulked up very nicely, and of course, great for his team with that Barrier Idol. Another 1,300 gold saved up for him. Where does Chipper go from here? It looks like he does the Mighty Blade, which leading towards a Shrunken Head, but you know, I would have loved to see the Grimoire on him, man. Especially with this team make. I mean, he could kind of, you know, they could rely on him to be more of that.
Yeah, but look at all of that magic damage coming out, man. Yeah. I understand why he's not just going for straight up burst here. It'll be fun to see Grimoire, but it's just a matter of timing.
Yeah, Shrunken Head definitely a sound item in its own right. So not that criticizing the pickup, just would have been fun to see it perhaps, especially in this case. But makes sense as to why he's going for it. You see, right, they are trying to set something up on Forsaken. If they can get it to push up enough. Oh, man, the time. Lodestone wants to go. There is TP support ready to come in, though. The tower fairly nearby. They just don't want to risk it. Instead, they're going to fall back, and you do see a portion of the bottom tower from Chipper. So they had an opportunity, but just did not want to take the risk right there. And, but that also goes back to, you know, Chipper not going to Portal Key here.
Well, at this point, I mean, the experience is back in QsQ's favor. You look at Nox, man, he's still towering above everyone from the Legion team. Level 18 at this point, able to farm so much faster than anyone of the Legion team is really capable of. So I think they're okay with dragging it out. I mean, I said they needed to hit that point and hit that stride through the mid-game where they're doing well to sort of allow FA that room, and for a while they were being denied it, but here she's taking full form and you know, has that Shrunken Head and Javelins now, that the 2 higher tier items that I was mentioning, and at a point in the game where they've actually equalized it. So at this point they are content to actually play more passive game, just keep their map control, keep their vision up, and allow Nox playing this Forsaken Archer here to just grow to a point where he's uncontestable.
Yeah. Oh. That is the downside about this bound die change. Kind of saw that right there. He used the bound die, and by the time they saw the ward of sight, only had like 2 seconds left on it. So he wasn't actually able to finish off the ward of sight, unfortunately. And so they know it's there, but not able to kill it.
It does help just knowing where the ward is.
Oh,
true.
true.
You move around it at that point. But yeah, it is a downside. It is nice that it has a clear vision. It was intended overall as a little bit of a nerf, so
yeah,
it makes sense that that does have a downside at that point. But
so not able to kill that ward of sight, but like you said, at least having that information definitely at least applies something. Portal key just picked up by Zergo, by the way, playing Rally. So they do have another initiation style with Rally. That again, I do keep looking back at this chipper, and I would think, you know, after the Shrunken Head finish, I believe he purchased a Warhammer, by the way, so getting pretty close. Portal key on him as well would be a great completion, and you know, having a trio of portal key is very, very valuable for this Legion team. And Chipper, especially with that Staff of the Master ultimate, if he could jump in, portal key in, and catch 2 or 3 heroes even with that ultimate,
yeah, following up,
it could definitely,
yeah, maybe so,
be devastating. So, ooh, Energizer use right here in the middle lane. They're gonna go into Magnus in the meantime. Magnus gonna be absolutely bursted. I mean, there's just no secret in that. Justice League showing many, many times this game, they have amazing burst damage.
Yeah, amazing initiation as well. Right there, Brick. You saw it. Magnus is down. He has no buyback. Gives him free reign of the map again. Meanwhile, Nox, what is he actually up to? He had to go back and heal. Has a double damage. It's activated only for a few more seconds. Not going to be able to make any use of it. Ancients here are going to be... Oh, I thought they would be tapped into by the Legion team before they depart.
Nox is not happy that a Skeleton King just got killed. I'm pretty sure that's
really?
what the ... was for. Like, come on, guys, that's just rude. Well, yeah, don't want to give him that chance to stack the creeps without a hero. Ooh, top lane, the tower is killed. Rally was there, but, you know, trying his best to keep Wretched Hag distracted and go for the deny, I'm sure. But in the end, Wretched Hag's doing the better job. Good job by Jonas Fan there. Getting credit for the tower kill. Again, the goal per minute chart. Keep looking back at it for obvious reasons. And Forsaken Archer, man. Now 200 gold per minute plus anyone else in this game right now. And it's still going
straight
up.
For that Symbol of Rage. I like it because you look at the Legion side, once again, they are more going for their burst, going for their initiation. And in terms of late game carry potential, they don't have that much. And considering she already has some decent damage coming out from the Shrunken Head, Geometer's Bane combination, and just her nature as an agility range hero as the game progresses, that Symbol of Rage is just going to allow her to stand her ground and keep putting in those auto attacks. I mean, it doesn't do any good if you have all this damage and then you're spending half the fight running around because their initiation brought you to 4 health.
Look at this, Shatterstorm for Lothar jumps right on top of Engineer. The drill comes out, the head smash. He kills Engineer. Wretched Hag now being chased down. It is just Lodestone, so I'm sure Hag is going to be fine.
Yeah, Zane went crazy, man, by himself there. He just killed one, forced the other one to retreat. You know, tell him to go home and tell his family about what just happened. So 2,700 gold now on Wretched Hag. Hellflower, I mean, she doesn't actually need to go Hellflower at all at this point. She went for the puzzle box first.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting to see I mean, she can go a light brand to carry route, a sheep stick, or just more lockdown in general for this FA would be fine. So do something like a sheep stick could be okay, or even, honestly, even a Shrunken Head.
Yeah, true, very true, yeah. Against this Legion team wouldn't be a bad option at all, so we'll see what Rod Jonas Fan decides to go on that Hag. They are kind of protecting this bottom lane. You do see right now just Chipper showing himself, but obviously Justice League, they do have reinforcement nearby. Imba Boy here on the Chipper. He is level 16 now as well, so maximum efficiency of the Saw Blade Showdown with a Staff of the Master boost on top of that. I believe he also just finished his Shrunken Head. Yes, it is on the way, so Chipper now does have his own Shrunken Head here for the Legion team, and definitely going to be a big use there. Lodestone going the barbed armor route, by the way. So get some more, not only tanky presence there, but also a nice little reflection.
Oh yeah, no, it is ultimate synergy with him in the end, because with that Shatterstorm leaves you vulnerable afterwards. For I believe it's 5 seconds, and the duration of barbed armor being 5 seconds just pretty much completely covers that period of vulnerability.
5 seconds, yep.
It makes it all about that raw damage at that point, so.
It's going to be a free tower push in the end. QsQ not really interested in defending it, but they are split pushing in the meantime. They got the middle tower taken out, so it ends up being a 1-for-1 tower exchange. And Wretched Hag just free farming the top lane. And you do look at the gold she is saving up currently, 3,800 gold and counting now. So buyback situation, starting getting to that point, keeping a focus on that. 34 minutes in now, very close game. No buybacks have been used, so quick glance at that. More gold being saved up. 1,600 more gold on Master of Arms, by the way. So again, you're mentioning his lack of really like kind of team support. Well, I guess more so just stat items in general.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting the levels in at this point at least, and he's doing fine. The Energizer is giving him enough so he can cast it in a fight. Not even like they're fighting that much. He's not using his spells to farm, so I guess a little bit less important.
Yeah.
I was going to say, right now with the Legion team, they do have that Bound Eye. They need to be using it pretty aggressively to try to gain some sort of map control right now, because their team, we've seen, when they can initiate, they're sitting very, very strong. You know, they can burst on a hero really quickly, turn the fight in their favor.
Yep.
But the longer this goes on, the longer the window of time passes, they're losing their odds of making a successful team fight happen. So, good defensive warding coming out, and a little bit of a nerf to that Bound Eye, making it difficult for them to find those windows.
Oh, they want to go right here. They want to go right here. Rally goes in. Magma stunned first. Oh, Rally not able to get the stun off. Engineer's not here, though. Shadowstorm going to be activated. He jumps in right there. Oh, but nothing coming from it. Random crippling volley. Not getting anything. Barbed armor goes up right there. Wretched Egg blinks into the background. Engineer's still not here. Beautiful line stun. Magnus goes to channel, but he cannot get off in time. Piercing arrows on top of that. And here we go. Soft Light Showdown. The head smash going to come out. Down goes Magnus right there. Rally's trying to fall back. Rocket's hitting Engineer. In the meantime, Rally's still barely alive. He has a compel in 4 seconds, 3 seconds. He will portal key first. Going to be fine. Glacius not going to be so lucky, and Glacius will eventually fall. Double tap coming out for Nox. Damn, I mean, that Justice League had a beautiful chance because Engineer specifically wasn't there, but...
Yeah, I mean, it was nice. It was great that Engineer wasn't there, but the spread, the positioning, the timing on the stun, honestly, it's the stun timing that came out from Style, man. I remember Rally tried to compel, got sort of stunned in play, so he was standing there. Magnus got out of there. He didn't get the initiation he wanted. They split. Lodestone blinked on in there, wasting his Shatter Storm, essentially, hitting nothing with his stun or his ultimate. Completely wasted. And then when they were blinking, he came back with a 3-man stun. So, yeah, Style, man, absolutely going crazy this game.
Oh, Lodestone going back in the with the Shadow Storm for second. Archer actually might be in a little bit of trouble here. Going to be exploded on. Can they get the pursuit? Oh, Engineer blocks a rocket coming out. He puts the energy field down. Lodestone going to be pushed back in a big rally from a big compel from Rally going out, though. Nox atomic, similar range. Similar range keeping him alive. The splash shot coming out. Not going to be enough. Big eruption, though, from Style. Once again, big plays coming out. We do see they are going to get the kill on Chipper. The Seismic Slam does take out Magnus, but Wretched Egg doing the cleanup duty. Finishes off. That was Lodestone right there, I believe. And now we see Rally just on the run. That was Master of Arms, actually. Rally's going to pour it out, and Glacius just going to sit there kind of farming some creep still. So, but Congress does stay alive. But, man.
You saw right there the power of the Symbol Rage, though, man. If he had another damage item there, I mean, he would have been bursted down quicker in the first. He was able to stay alive to put in those auto attacks, drop down the Lodestone. Not only that, the 3 or 4 extra seconds they spent trying to kill him while that symbol was activated allowed Magnus, being played by Style, to set up a perfect ultimate.
Yeah, that was a beautiful
So, I mean, that goes back all back to that Symbol Rage pickup, how tanky he is, how he used it effectively. And, yeah, it was phenomenal. So, a pretty even trade from what looked like was a dominating start for Justice League.
You see, again, speaking of Wretched Hag, again, she went that Shrunken Head route, another 1,800 gold saved up. So herself, already, you're so much talk about Forsaken Arch that he is having this game even being dead right now. But he's going to come back up. He's, of course, got that the Dancing Blade purchased, and Wingbow most likely on the way with that. So, but now you have another carry threat and Wretched Hag on top of all that. So, something else to keep in mind. Tablet of Command finished by St. Rox here, playing the Master of Arms. So it is good to get a nice utility item there and some good stats coming out. So good for him. Blessed Orb finished on Rally, perhaps working towards an eventual Sheepstick would be my guess with that, but we'll see. Eventually it gets going with that. And you also see Chipper actually picking up a Steam Staff right here. I would think, I mean, eventually towards an Arcana with, unless I'm missing something.
Arcana could lead itself to either a couple
Spell Shards
options
or the Hellflower.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Even Hard Guns? Probably not Hard Guns.
Not when he gets the Shrunken Head.
Restful Stone, too.
Wretched Hag. You saw right there, Wretched Hag did have to go for the Shrunken Head route, and then with that Light Brown, so it did go Shrunken Head first, along with that Puzzle Box, which was great considering how they've chosen to initiate these fights and how they've gotten grounded. Now that she has a Shrunken Head, carry tool of sorts makes a lot of sense. So going for that Grimoire power. Meanwhile, taking a look at everyone else here, it's that Steam Staff leads itself towards the Spell Shards or the Hellflower.
I think the Restoration Stone could also be an option.
Oh, it did get the change, and I actually saw there was a player. I'm not sure if it was I'm not sure who it was. If it was Slapped or no, it wasn't Slapped. It was another player he used to play for. Who's a team that's I believe currently Clan Milker, the Dunning-Kruger effect. There's a player that used to play for them that I used to watch, like to go Staff of the Master, Restoration Stone, Chipper. Chipper is one of those heroes. The rockets don't get counted into the fact when you restore, so it's only taking the Saw Blade cooldown into account. So
basically,
yeah, I could feasibly maybe see it. That being said, I kind of think they need a Hellflower when they're dealing with this Forsaken Archer at some point to deal with the fact that he has a Shrunken Head and a Symbol of Rage. I feel like if he's allowed to get those off, they're going to be sitting in a very bad spot for a fight no matter what.
Yeah. True. It's... Even though, I mean, you are dealing with a Chipper who would have the Hellflower, and he doesn't have a Portal Key or anything
not
like
yet,
that.
so it's something you build up, I agree. They did increase the range of it, however.
Yeah.
But you do bring up an excellent point that, yeah, in order to get off, he has a Shrunken Head. I mean, there's a lot of back and forth options here. The Restoration Stone, though, would be fun to see how effective it can be. I've seen some good potential coming out of it in the past, and having 2 lines of...
Hey, a double Soulblade Showdown, especially with the Staff of the Master, that seems like that's...
I just feel like a Hellflower
that's pretty powerful.
Still be...
Yeah. Again, it's we'll see what Imba Boy eventually goes for here as this game presses on, if it even gets to that point, because again, it's another lost team fight for them, and it could just get completely out of hand to that point. But it's still not a case of this is definitely either team's game. It's just going to come down to more so the play and who gets the jump, obviously the initiation factor and whatnot. So you see Rally right now. Look at Justice League. They're going to start making a push to the base even.
I think they know the timer. They're aware of the timer. The bad things that FA has. If I'm mistaken, she has buyback at this point. She has level 23 actually with 2,000 gold. I'm not sure after her death.
Close, yeah.
It's around there.
Would be close. But I don't know if they're fully going to go through. I mean, Conqueror, he's regen nearly all of his life, so it's not like you can quickly pick off him by any means. There is a Ward of Sight here from QsQ that would give them information.
Yeah, but when they push like that, too, it also sort of draws everyone on QsQ to a common place, so maybe slowing them out from farming the map a bit.
Yeah.
Keeping it under control, and now they're looking for potential initiation. Lodestone actually has his rocket drill down, but not going to look for an angle to use it here. It was just saying in case the opportunity arose. A little bit of splitting up here. Magnus is off to the side from his team, but I'm going to rejoin them fine here. And
ooh, Rally's going to be jumped, actually. Rally trying to ban right here. Can they react in time? He gets the period off. Look at the Shadow Storm activation from behind for Lodestone. The energy field goes up, but they're going for the flank. The barbed armor after that. The similar range for Second Archer going to be going off. Eruption is going to go on, and Lodestone will eventually fall. The Hellborn team still looking pretty strong right here. Chipper in the midst of it all. He's eventually going to fall. GGs are going to start coming out. A good attempt, no doubt, from Justice League, but QsQ ready for the flank, and they win the fight, and as a result also win the game. So game number 2 going to QsQ, and obviously you know what that means. We have a game number 3, ladies and gentlemen, going to be coming up here in just a couple of minutes, of course. But man, that was a fun.
Well, for a while there, man, it looked like the one hope was Nox. He was above everyone else in the game, but for a while there, it looked like QsQ was sort of backed up against the wall, almost about to be down for the count. You know, when they initiated on the rally there at the end, I pretty much knew it was over, even though Rally lived with just a small amount of health, because they really didn't have much initiation power at that point. You saw the Shrunken Head coming out on the Forsaken Archer, on the Wretched Hag. So, you know, they had a Lodestone that can jump in, but it's not as stable as like that Rally, Blink, Compel. So at that point, the fight was pretty much over. Nox was way overfed. Had enough gold to finish even his wing bow at the end. So, yeah, well played. Very, very well played by QsQ. I'm impressed. You know, I admit I actually thought they were going to fall there. So, impressive bringing it back to a game 3. They are a team that, once again, you see those highs and lows. I hate to keep saying it, but that it does seem to be the trend for them. And going to this game 3, I did say I favor them over Justice League in this matchup. And, you know, I was expecting a game 3 to begin with after they were down by 1. So looking forward to this final game. Yeah,
Justice League, they no doubt had very solid chances to win there, even in the mid-game stage. But, again, QsQ persevering and eventually able to come out on top and stay alive, if anything. So, again, this is a loser's bracket. Staying alive here. Both of these teams right now. But the next game, we'll decide which team will be knocked out and which team will continue on here for the DreamHack Summer Qualifier. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We do have our Game 3 QsQ taking on Justice League coming up just around the corner.